What do we got going on today? Well, I am up too early. We were out partying last night for my son's graduation / birthday party. My brother's here. He saw that I actually took the beast out, so he wants to do a ceramic coat on it. Say hello to the camera. Hello. It's too early for both of us, but here we are. Yeah, we're gonna get this thing ceramic coated. Never been done before on this car. I'll get you guys set up on some tripods. We'll get things going. What cover? Oh. Just pop the hood.
Yeah, you can leave it like that the whole time even. So always start with the wheels because they're always the dirtiest. Dirty brown coming off the rubber. This is just going to give us a head start. We're not going to let that sit too long. And you don't want to let any chemicals dry in the sun because they'll etch things and it's almost permanent, hard to get out without polishing. And I like to do these dry before you rinse, just so these chemicals, they foam and they'll cling a bit so it won't run off immediately. And you can see some of that purple bleed off on the wheels right now. That's your brake dust and iron contamination. And I have a few different wheel and tire brushes, different stiffness for different jobs. So that brush is a little bit stiff. This is a flag tip brushed, soft, safe for wheels and even for paint. Barrels too. I don't know if this will fit, but I got some. This is also flag tip, so it's not going to mess up the paint. But I try to use this just for wheel wells. I know a lot of people just do the brush, but I also like to follow it up with a nice purpose-built wheel mitt to make sure everything's clean. And if we didn't have summer center caps, we have a lug nut brush to get in there too. Looking pretty. Still some funk on the inside of those barrels of the wheels. They haven't been done probably ever. So maybe we'll hit that for a second round after we go around the car. the wheels today. Hybrid Solutions, Rapid Decon Wheel Cleaner, Iron Remover. You can use this on wheels, and it's also paint safe. Great product, good price. I gave this a final rinse from scrub. Chemicals do a really good job breaking down a lot of funk. But you need physical agitation to really get things clean.
You need some help there?
Nope.
No? Oh, that's very cute.
Very handy when you're getting old.
Oh my God.
Have a little stool.
Make sure you
With
don't
some
cut away
wheels.
your phone. What are you supposed to do? Coming out the tire?
Yep.
Look at that new.
Yep.
We buy a country site when we went to the neighbor, come back on the way. There's a farmer, Hey, take a picture.
Yeah, the cameras are on now. You are being recorded.
Oh yeah? You can just show like this. Yeah. Okay, right there. Yeah, here's the height, okay.
All right, wheels and tires look better. Probably could do another round, but onto the paint.
Okay. You got this so open. Someday you can, when you don't do a job, you can open the store like this. That's car washer. They make a lot of money in Taiwan. They charge a lot. But they do good job. Polish everything. Wash.
So you can see there is some sort of wax or protection on here, but it's a little slow when the water runs down.
This one down?
And when you turn on the water, you can see that it floods and it's
Oh,
not
okay.
rejecting.
This one haven't done yet, right?
Just to see where we are today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one look shiny.
This is the IK foamer, APC pre-soak. Normally don't need to do it, but we're gonna strip all the wax that was on here, so can go a little harsh today.
You have you wash the car
Oh yeah.
Oh, over there, make it like a couple, about 2,000 and 3,000, you know? Not very high. Be hard to do. The sun's hot.
No, I didn't hit that bottom rocker. Do it at the end.
Sí, con el cuadro y cabalado, ¿no?
Big pads for 90% of the car. And the bottom rockers, I like these mitts. Put them on, it's always funky. And at the bottom of the bucket I have a grit guard. You can rub all that off and all the sediment sinks to the bottom. It won't go back into your sponges. And then I flip after every panel. And now you can really see this panel's flat after one wash, but that's because we put a strip wash in there with the APC, and that's what we want. Bare bones clean surface. Doesn't matter if it's all gone, because when you polish, everything's gonna come off, even a ceramic coating. Once you do that mechanical agitation, it's gone.
Here, actually, let's get this microphone on you.
So that is basically step one. First wash. And I didn't notice any stuck on iron bits or anything nasty. The paint's actually very smooth. But just to make sure, we'll buzz around it real quick with just a fine clay mitt. Doesn't do any swirls or scratches, and if it did, we're gonna buff them out anyways, but this will make sure everything is super clean. Normally I have water spot removers, other chemicals, but we don't need them. This car is cared for. You can use a dedicated clay lube quick detailer, rinseless wash, which is usually what I use. And I brought some, and I have some pre-diluted, but we're gonna just use our wash soap as our clay lube because I did it very heavy. My favorite wash is we're using McGuire's Hyper Wash because it's 400-to-1 dilution ratio. And out of this bucket, I probably put 2 ounces, so we overdid it on purpose to make sure that there's lots of lubrication, so no scratches. This is DIY Details version 2 rinseless wash, just used for a little extra lube. I'd rather have too much than not enough. And anytime you hear or feel there's contamination, just keep going over it very lightly, no pressure, until it's gone. And you want to do back and forth straight motions, don't do circles for this. And because we're in direct sunlight, you got to watch Don't let anything dry on the surface. And yeah, you even want to clay your glass. It's the same contamination, funky bits on there. You can hear it down here. There's some contamination, usually is where it hits. Behind the wheels, bottom panels, and the rear.
Put my camera rig on.
We don't all have fancy garages with drains. So when you're working in the sun, you got to move fast. Do smaller sections, go panel by panel, or even do a 3x3 section at a time. It's a little bit slower, but this way you won't mess things up.
When you're going to want to walk up to however you're working, put your hands out. You want to make sure you're in the shot.
Can't even see.
I know it's tough. It's right below your chin.
It is.
But it might be good.
All right.
So we're going to have off the external pack about an hour.
All right. Keep it moving. A lot easier on the shade side here. That's why I'm gonna kind of pre-spray, because it's not gonna dry so quickly. Again, lots of lubrication with our suds. And you just want to go methodically and don't miss spots. And again, don't press, don't rub. Should basically just be almost no pressure. Sorry if it's not in frame or dizzy cam time, but we gotta move. If you have really jacked up paint, you might need traditional clay bars, but in general they scratch more. Sometimes that's what you need to get everything out of that paint. The last thing you want to do is turn on your polisher and start ripping and spinning. You have little embedded particles in your paint. So that's why it's really important to get everything as clean as possible before you buff. And again, here you can see what the water behavior looks like now. Not much left. Some of this is still hanging in there, which is pretty good for whatever it was. Now, if you weren't going to polish, this is the time where you could apply ceramic spray, sealant, or dry it and do a traditional hand wax, or whatever you wanted for your baseline of protection. So that was fast. Small car helps. Wash, 3-step decontamination, thorough job of those wheels. I wish I zoomed you in before, but if you can kind of see, these are gleaming. definitely took 20 years off. So that is good. But yeah, now I'll take a break, go pee, blow my nose again, dry. And then yeah, now we just need to scoot it somewhere we can get in the shade. Also now, while you're in the sun, is where we can assess the paint so that we can do a little before and after, and you can see where it stands. It's hard to pick up on camera. Sun actually helps, but you can see those love mark swirls of just being 30 years old. You can really see it on this side, and hopefully I'm not blinding you out. So I very much prefer if we were polishing in the garage, but this is real life. We're gonna use what we got. Still sounds good.
You got no backup camera in this one.
Every time I take the Mustang out, it blows my mind. It's the same thing. I got nothing. And I'm, you know, after so many years, you kind of rely on those things. You get so used to it.
Yeah.
And then when it's gone, I'm like, oh.
And what I'll do, I'll put my hands in front of me and make sure what I'm doing is in the shot.
All right, hopefully that's good. I move a lot. So this is what's called a rinseless wash. This is not the actual one that goes in this bottle. Normally Optimum No Rinse is a deep, murky blue color. This is yellow because it's DIY detail. So it's called a no rinse wash. It does not suds up. It has a heavy duty amount of ability to clean. So it has surfactants, and it'll emulsify dirt, encapsulate it, and pulls it off the paint. And it'll actually just sit down because it grabs these little particles of dirt and it'll bring it down to the bottom of your bucket. So we didn't do it today with the car, but what we are going to do is we're going to use this to rinse our microfibers when we take the polish off the paint, and we're also going to use it to keep our pad clean. Normally when you're whipping through old school polishing, you would want to bring 6 to 8 pads. We're going to do this car with 1 today because we keep the heat down. It's safer, it's going to cut better, and we're not going to mess up that clear. This dilutes 256 to 1. So we got our 5-gallon Homer bucket. There's probably 4 gallons of water, so we'll do 2 ounces of the no rinse. And then, like always, I go a little bit heavy because I want it to be safe and clean. So you can put that in the bucket and just swirl it around, and we're off to the races. And again, it doesn't suds up on purpose. And you don't need to go crazy and get your drill bit. Like, that's it. It's done. And it's got a slickness to it. So then we are plugged in here. What I like to do is we'll take our pad, dunk it, and wring it a bit, and then I'm going to spin it, and I'll show you the beauty of this system. So get that centered. And today we have a little Griot's Garage G9. It's a 9mm orbit. So this is considered an entry level or a beginner's or a very small orbital buffer. And believe it or not, the bigger ones can leave a nicer finish, but these are a great price. They last forever. It's a quality tool. I probably should have put that in the bucket before spinning us, but that's all right. So normally you would have a heavy-duty compound and then a light polish. This is the gold standard polish from DIY Detail. This is a one and done. 3D1 makes similar things. There's a few other brands out there. But the beauty of this system, good, we're not clogged up, is this. You spin your polisher and you do one spritz, and that's it. And this is metered properly to give you something like 1.1 to 1.2 milliliters of polish every spritz. So instead of doing the 5 droplet thing, where you're going through a lot of product, this is, you just don't use a lot of stuff. Always have your cord over your shoulder so it doesn't drag on the car. And then what we're going to do normally is I would do a little test spot, and I have a few pads, but I feel like we're going to just use this medium cut pad today because we're going to do a paint enhancement. It's going to fix 50 to 75% of these swirls, but you do not want to go through the clear coat. So I have wool pads, I have heavy cut pads, but you got one paint, you got one clear coat, and it's gone, it's gone. So we're going to go light today and err on the side of caution. And yeah, we might not get that last 5%, but I'd rather not, because we can always polish another day. When it's gone, it's too late. So let's just see how this comes out. We're gonna do a couple section passes, no pressure. And roughly we'll start around speed 2 and go from there. Now, if you're old school, you're wondering, why didn't I tape? We got a lot of black trim. We got all kinds of other things where residue gets in. Gold standard polish does not leave any streaks, no marks, no white spots. So then, I'll take a clean microfiber. We might need to dampen it, but we'll see. Sometimes helps just to get that residue off from the polishing oils. Now that was just a very quick test pass. Now, I don't know if you can see this from the fender here, especially where that sun is, to here. Clarity difference is very nice. The haze is starting to go. Do you still see some swirls? Yep. But again, we're looking over here where it started and where we ended. We're just looking for better. So the other thing that's neat about this, once you get your bucket of your rinseless wash, you can fill spray bottles. You can go to Home Depot, you can get pump sprayers, and you can fill these up. You don't have to worry about then trying to figure out what is the dilution ratio in a smaller container, 256 to 1. You don't have to do the math. Just whip up your big bucket first and then fill your small sprayers. I want you to see, and it's going to be hard because we got shadows and you got lights. This is untouched here, and then this is done. Are you good with that, or do we want to chase swirls and do like, so that was what I would call 2 section passes. We could do 3 or 4, or be very happy and just call it.
Now this car lives under a cover. It's lived under a cover for the past 18 years.
Done. All right, so we are going to just go with that. Boss says he's happy. I'm just going to buzz this again, make sure we're covered. And yeah, let's do half this hood and we'll go from there. Okay. You'll see some things getting dirty. That is your clear. So what I do is we'll dunk it a little bit in the rinseless. Spin it out. Forgot to turn it down. Takes a minute. We'll get back in the rhythm of it. Clean microfibers. And again, sometimes you can dunk them in that bucket of rinseless, but I'm going to just try to do a tiny bit light. And then we'll get that polish off and see where we are. And the other thing I like about this gold standard system is it doesn't fling polish all over the place, unless it's me doing it accidentally when I spin out the buffer. And like always, you don't want to start mashing things and pushing down hard and rubbing hard, because you can put swirls and scratches in that you're trying to take away. That is pretty. So again, we'll try to do a little before here. And again, some of that is streaking from drying shampoos. If I can get out of my way here with the shadow. Nice and glossy. And again, that's our goal today. We're not chasing a concourse level paint job. Just taking some years off, quick exfoliation if you will. Now I remember what I did. You have like old paint roller trays, easier. You can do a quick dunk. But we don't have that, and I forgot to grab some supplies. That's all right. Take your pad off. Let's check our work here again. I'll tell you, it's cleaning up though. Look at that. It's nice and glossy again. looking good. Nice and clean. Whew, two tug.
Yeah, I had that Velcro really loose, and then I tightened the buckle.
Look at this bad boy. Yeah, it's coming. So when we get done with all the polishing, we'll go through and wipe it all down with rinseless. But then before we do the ceramic coating, I also bought a panel prep spray. Make sure to get rid of any of those oils and stuff so that everything will adhere. I think it looks good. Just make sure you're happy, because once you coat it, it's locked in. I mean, nothing is permanent, but coatings are not like a wax. It doesn't sit on top. It'll actually bond to the paint, and that's it. When you'll have it. You know what I forgot about is this is older paint, so it's probably before a lot of the environmental stuff. So it's actually pretty tough.
Yeah,
There's a lot of newer paints, especially they said like GM black, it just insta cut, like it's insta scratches. This is actually pretty tough.
That's why I don't buy black.
Yeah.
I love my black truck. I won't do it anymore.
Nope. I would, having owned white and black, I would do white before I did black again. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I got just this front fender, because I'm pretty sure I did the front.
I think we went halfway.
Half, right?
Yeah.
And I started with the hood, so yeah, it should be this front fender, this front half, and then it's walk around time where we visually inspect. I have plenty of the microfiber towels. We can put some polish and kind of just hand buff whatever you think needs it. Otherwise, polishing is done, dude. That ain't bad. It's a brutal day, but I'm telling you, we are flying, because usually this takes me 8 to 10 hours. It's nice not doing a giant 3-row SUV for a change. And no roof even. And every time I do my truck, I'm up and down, you know, step ladders and scaffolding and this and that 100,000 times, even just washing it, because I can't get up there. I don't know. I think it looks good, dude. Like, come back this way. You know, they always say 20 feet and 20 miles per hour, this is going to look show car. But look at the gloss on the hood and on the sides.
Yeah, the only reason the front end isn't up.
It was redone, right?
Redone. Yeah.
Didn't George do this?
Yeah. That and the ground effects.
So there's only so much I can.
Yeah.
Without, I don't want to mess things up.
It's never been polished.
It's never been polished.
Yeah, we just kind of left it.
Sure. I'd rather have thick and slightly dull than ultra shiny and like paper thin.
Yeah.
But this has come a long way. Again, when you get up close, you're gonna see everything. But to me, from here, dude, look at these wheels. This is looking good. This is looking really good.
That here that I never knew was there.
Yep. I could feel it.
That's interesting.
Well, last night, before we started, I saw 2 kids' handprints here because everyone's doing hide and seek.
Oh, really?
So when you do the family gatherings, maybe
I told them.
they can't help themselves. And it was just one set of small fingerprints, you know. So it's not too bad for having 55 people over. But yeah, I think overall this looks pretty good. And my car, the Mustang, I mean, I think they took it through car washes and whatnot, which is insta doom. Doesn't matter touchless or not. Like if there's any kind of moving anything, it's gonna swirl it. So I don't know if this is on camera, but look at the reflection of those clouds. Like again, the gloss. That's what we're doing. This is just paint enhancement, making her look real pretty again. Getting there. And then I'll show you all the ceramic coating fun stuff. Polish and done, dude. Back. Try and clear all this residue. And then I'll get a set of fresh towels again. And we'll wipe down the whole car. Always got to use all 8 sides of your towel. And then the open end corner, if you hang on there, it doesn't bunch up on you and like flop around. Usually not as much.
All right, so we just got done polishing this out before my brother changes his pad out to do a ceramic coat on that. We're gonna see what we can do on some extreme cases. This Highlander has been through battle. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up too well, but every single corner on this thing has some kind of scuff on it. So he's gonna hit it up, see if we can at least soften up some of these scratches and scrapes. We're also gonna see what we can do on this windshield, because the previous owner, and I don't know if that'll come out, ran this vehicle without wiper blades. Like every single blade on this vehicle was gone. It was just the rubber backer scraping along the window. So we're gonna see if we can get these scratches out. We'll be back with Brother Cam.
It's kind of hard. That looks pretty rough. Back hurts. Do the glass. I did a few. I did like 4 section passes on each corner, which is what they call like a standard. Doesn't look like it did a whole lot. Again, I feel like this one it did take a little, but I feel like we need some heavier cut compound and pads and really get at it.
I just can't believe every corner of this.
Every single one. That is impressive in a bad way. Shh. shine your car, sir? Could you spare a quarter? You look shiny. Looks really shiny. Yeah, those gouges are pretty deep.
I know.
Again, not impossible, but I would definitely say we need glass specific pads and cutting compound and then try it again. And even that, I don't know if it'll really get all of that. You know what I mean? It'll do a good job.
I don't know what justifies replacement.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to insurance, because it is the equivalent of a freaking crack going right across the driver's side.
To me, it is.
And it impedes your vision.
Yeah, it annoys me to no end. But I'm also super retentive, where that would kill me. I can't. That bothers me. Anytime I get into a rental car and it's all schmeary and it's raining, I'm like, how do people drive like this? Like, I need my Rain-X and my clean glass. Just how I've always had it, you know what I mean? Looks good, bud.
You got it? Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there ain't much you can do about the deep stuff, but it is clean.
Yeah.
That glass is clean.
You can see it in the reflection.
Yeah.
There's a reflection.
I mean, it pops, right? It's the name of the game today. All right.
And if that's an original windshield, it's been battled for $277,000.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right, here we go. It is panel prep time. So we are getting ready to do a ceramic coating on the Z28. So after polishing and before we lay down a coating, we use this panel prep. And whatever coating we use, so today we are using a Geon ceramic coating. That's the panel prep that I use because they're designed chemically to work together. Mosquito, get away. All right, so windshield is done, mirror is done, and I'll try to call it out just so you know where I am. I have an extraordinary assistant helping me, making sure we don't miss any spots. So Ian's following behind me. So what this panel prep does is just removes any polishing oils that we missed, because we did wipe these down, the car down, with the rinseless wash, and that gets up most everything. Look at this. From the time we got done, there's fallout, contamination. I don't know what that is, if it's like bird droppings or like jet airplanes dumping stuff or what, but these orange globs. So I'll try to let that soak and we'll have to get that out. Yeah, it's ridiculous outside. That's what always happens. So I might need to wash that quickly again with a little rinseless wash. It should break down that contamination, and we'll keep moving. But it is crazy how stuff like that happens. But also, another reason why a ceramic coating is good, because it just makes everything easier to clean. So that is our main reason. Forgot to take the tags off my cloths like I usually do. But we'll just tuck it in. So a ceramic coating does not protect you from scratches. It's not going to save you from a door ding. It's not impervious. It does need some care. but it's still the best technology out there to help keep your car clean and make it easier to clean when you do it. And for a real legit coating, we should be able to get a good 3 to 5 years out of it. And for a garage queen like this car, easily could get 10 years or more. All right, so now we just got to get that whatever contamination that fell on this stuff here. These little orange streaks. Just always happens. But a little rinseless wash. All set. The instructions, Geon, the way they do it is they show the instructions for all of their ceramic coatings. So they have a few different kinds. They have Geon 1, which is their entry level. Can last up to 2 years. Mohs, which is more of a polysilazane version. People like that. And that one flashes very quickly, so you apply it and wipe it off. And then this one is Geon Pure, which I have applied before. And the reason why I like this coating specifically is it brings out a lot of gloss, but because it's got a high silica content, it can resist chemicals. So here in the Northeast, with all the salt on the roads, this car isn't going to see it, but it's a good coating for this area. So Geon tells you the normal steps. Wash your car, degrease it. They even say to use dishwashing liquid to make sure you get everything off. And then use your panel prep. And that's of course after we did our wash clay and polishing. So shake it up, and then we'll put it on an applicator, and off we go. And it tells you here, keep it dry for 12 hours, no water, and do not wash for 2 weeks. But like I said, I've done this before, so let's see how it goes outside. These are my favorite applicators that Geon uses. Half micro suede, half microfiber. And that's the coating. So I have this left over from doing a RAV4. There's half left, and it still looks good. I don't see any crystals, so we're going to use it. And then to get started, prime our pad, and we'll start working in sections. So I usually do 10 to 12 or more drops to start. Always cap your coatings, because if you drop that bottle, that is an expensive oops. And then what I like to do is start in one section. So we're going to do the hood here. We're going to box in our area that we want to use. I don't know if this is picking up on camera, but Pure is like honey. It is thick. And a lot of people will do the crosshatch. You can do circles, you can do triangles, doesn't matter. You just need to make sure you have an even application and you don't miss spots. And you can feel your applicator getting a little dry when you need more. And usually when you're reloading now going forward, we don't need as many after the pad has been primed. And all conditions are different, so we're kind of looking for this to sweat a little bit. Sometimes you'll see a rainbow. And that's the carrier solvent material evaporating and leaving the ceramic coating behind. And then once that's set up, it's a two-step wipe down. You have a very short nap microfiber. And if it's ready, it should come up pretty easily.
You're dipping the camera.
It's hard. And if the coating feels really grabby and sticky, then sometimes you want to let it set up a little bit longer before you do your initial wipe. And just like applying it, you don't have to do anything special for motions. Just don't leave any behind. And then after your initial wipe, we have this plush towel. And that is your, what you call your insurance wipe, to make sure you didn't miss anything. And now things are getting really slick, which is good. That's what you want to feel. But that's it. I'll go section by section here. And this is a 1-layer coating. Some are 2, or some need a top layer. And when you're doing this type of work, it's nice if you have a timer or a stopwatch or something just to get your initial feel down for setup time. Because again, your conditions will change. Humidity, temperature, indoors, outdoors. And the coating sets up different based on the conditions. Not overly hot or humid today here. Maybe 73, 74. So for being outside, might be about as good as we're gonna get. Again, when you do your insurance wipe, you want to wipe past where you coated, because a lot of times your coating gets pushed to a panel next to it when you're along the edge and you don't notice, so you want to catch it. It's okay to overlap and do your crisscross, but this product, you don't want to go ham and overwork it and just sit there and swirl and swirl and swirl. Half. I'm going to do the whole hood. That might be much. No time for batteries. It's only time for working.
Definitely brings the color on the state.
Dude, I should have showed you this trim before I hit it. The darkening, or what they call a jetting effect, is incredible. And I did all the roof rails and trim on Tracy's RAV4, and it looks like permanently wet, like glossy. And that was 2 years ago. But I'll tell you, anytime you get like a bird bomb or whatever, it just comes off so much easier. Sick, bro. Some coatings are thin. You can get away with putting on 3-4 drops when you need to reapply, and that's it. And it just stretches. But again, this one's like honey. We are past the halfway point on ceramic coating this 1995 Camaro Z28 6-speed manual convertible. All kinds of go fast goodies.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
Very tired.
Been tired.
Very, very tired. That towel was a little saturated. A fresh one. Dunzo. Just need to go around, make sure everything's wiped off. So definitely look around, because like I said, once it sets, it ain't coming off. It's hard being outside. I feel like it's picking up like little dusts and whatever, like smears it, you know. Woo! All right, well that wraps it up. That is a full day. All I gotta do now is dress these tires. Finishing touches. Tire shine choice of today. Hybrid Solutions graphene acrylic. He's good. All right. Now you got to put it in the driveway in that nice sunshine. Get a couple of good shots.
There it is. Hopefully there isn't too much wind noise, but just wrapped up ceramic coating this 1995 Z28. She's been kicking around for almost 30 years. Looking pretty good. In a few minutes, she's going to be put away. It won't come out till next year.